Hey viewers, welcome to VL Astrology. Once again, I'm Vanita Lenka. I'm a Vedic astrologer. I use the Sidereal Zodiac to predict. And this is based on moons ingress, and we call it weekly horoscopes. And what's in store for all of us, I'll be sharing in a bit. And this is from the 1st to the 7th of April. And this is the 14th week of the year 2024 that I'll be talking about. Lot many changes are happening because Mercury is turning retrograde, which is the major most transit, and everybody is waiting for that. And to top it all, it is going to get compassed and later getting demoted as well. The previous sign, that is of Jupiter's sign, that is Pisces. And Saturn is going to be moving into Jupiter's nakshatra, that is Purva Bhadrapada, on the 6th of April. We do have Sun's ingress in Revati, which is again Mercury's nakshatra. Mercury is going to be part of the eclipse also, which is going to be on the 8th. So this week is a very crucial and a foundational week because we're heading to an eclipse next week. So just a preparation this week. So what is the theme of this week? Karma realignment. Because Saturn is going to be in the nakshatra ruled by Jupiter. And Venus is going to be in the nakshatra ruled by Shani. And Shani's nakshatra is in the Pisces sign. So it is a very good time to actually transform yourself, to restructure everything, realign everything, whatever, you have not been able to do till now. Be that, muse, I would say that. Just look into yourself and see how you can improvise. What is it that you have to complete? The tasks which are lying pending from a long time. This week is going to be helping you to complete those as well. You might just meet those kind of people or revisit those kind of people who are going to be uplifting you. Suddenly you will feel that, wow, this connection was a very beautiful connection that I made this week. So be prepared for a beautiful upcoming week, because this is going to be the foundation of the next week, wherein we have many things. We do have, Triyodashi, Shani Triyodashi, that is also a very important day, Pradosham, as we say. It's actually, in the lunar month, we say that there are two Triyodashis, 13th Tithi. So people actually, they just fast on Triyodashi and they don't see whether it is actually, going to help them or not. If you are born under that Krishna Paksha or Shukla Paksha, you should observe a fast as per your Tithi. If it is a Krishna Paksha, you should see when is the Triyodashi of Krishna Paksha. And there is a difference between Krishna Paksha, when there is a moon which is moving towards the full moon, that is the Shukla Paksha, which is moving towards the new moon. So it is like, going to diminish. So that is the Krishna Paksha moon. So you have to see when you were born, is it towards sun or away from sun moon? So you need to observe that Pradosh Vrat as well. So don't, just fall prey to the YouTubers who are just telling you that you fast on this day straight away. No, this is the way you should actually. What tithi you are born in, there is a relevance to everything. What nakshatra, what day, what var, everything, what current. So these are all panchangas. So unless you know your own horoscope well, the basics well, how will you actually, go ahead with the fast, remedies, etc. So everything is linked to our own horoscope. Remedies also we do as per our horoscope. If you have a weak moon, you should actually donate something or the other in Vites on the full moon, new moon, pradosham. You should do that. And if at all you are, having any of the planets which are weak in your chart, you should donate things. You should not uplift them by wearing a gemstone. Gemstone is to strengthen the planet which is strong already in your chart. That's how I give the remedies in my one-on-one interactive consultation services that I offer. And definitely the turnaround time, I know, is not less than 30 days. I'm trying to figure that out, that I reduce it because I travel for Vastu visits. But the, exclusivity about my conversations and my consultation is that I incorporate Vastu as well. So which direction, relocation, I do have that also. Mahurata, relocation. What is it, which is a suitable direction for you? So All these actually are incorporated in my readings. So you can book a reading for yourself. Getting married to a right person at a wrong time, that is wrong muhurta, can break the marriage, but it can sustain the marriage if you marry even a wrong guy, or a girl at the right time. So the marriage will sustain. I have experienced it in my 30 years of experience. 3 decades I have spent on working on these planetary positions. So I use the Prashna Kundli to see, and to start with, as I said in my sessions, always I mention, that you have to see the Prashna Kundli when you meet the person for the first time, because it's all online these days. So if you are coming to me, booking a reading, I do check, as per the Prashna Kundli also, what exactly is the frame of mind that you're coming to me with. So beware that I know that if it's, trying and testing me, I also know that, but I keep mum. But yes, this is how you should be doing. Anyhow, a lot of talking about all this, the basics, I do explain something or the other, so that, I don't have to make a separate video and elaborate one, or, I want to impart my knowledge, whatever little bit knowledge that God has given me, through this divine science. So I want to be sharing this. I want it to be shared to the maximum people. Courses, stretched courses for 18 months, 1 year, 12 months, it's really, too much. So you should actually read B.V. Raman's books, Dr. K.N. Rao's books. If you really are interested, don't go to Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra straight away, and then you'll end up into nowhere, because, it's not going to help you. So read the basics through these authors who have written, and they have given us such treasures of their knowledge. So utilize it if you are into, astrology, or you want to learn astrology, if you are keen. So you should actually, start with B.V. Raman's books. I used to make, 12 notebooks. I always tell my, the ones who want to learn, so how do you do it, ma'am? How do you suggest I should learn astrology step by step? So you should have 12 notebooks with you, make the 12, houses and 12 signs, and, just write each and everything about that particular, that particular sign and house first. Learn about each and everything, sleep, breathe, eat astrology. Only then you will be able to understand. I'm still learning, I'm still learning. Each and every horoscope is a learning experience for me. I learn something very, very different every time. So then you come to 9 notebooks based on planets. So make all the notes that you get about all the planets. So that is how you should learn astrology. That's how it goes step by step, so that you are aware. Then the remedies, you will be able to, just refer to that planet, and then you will be able to suggest or prescribe the remedy. That's how it should be. Very simple and a very easy way to actually grasp about the planetary positions. Then comes the transit, Dasha, etc., etc., etc. And definitely I will try my best. People ask, why don't you launch some courses? Why don't you teach? Maybe a basic course I will let you know when I'm going to be launching in the future, so that you can get the benefit out of it, and in a very simplistic manner. So what are the planetary positions? Let me share with you first. And please don't forget to subscribe my channel. Please don't leave without subscribing. Thank you so much for watching the video, and just, subscribe and go. Thank you so much. I don't think so you will regret it. Watching my videos, because they're all based on the planetary positions, and short tutorials also from time to time I share with you all. Okay, so what exactly are thank you so much, everyone, that you are here watching me live, and I love you all. And thank you so much for your prayers. I'm feeling so much better. Last week I was down with very bad flu, and I was not really well, but I took all the readings, I did all the work, because you all were praying for me. Thank you so much. So what exactly is happening this week? First of all, moon is going to be transiting through the 3 signs, that is Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and lastly Pisces as well. And then next week also it will be in the sign. So 1st and 2nd of April in Sagittarius is going to be aspected by Jupiter and is going to be in trine to Mercury as well. Mercury is turning retrograde on the 2nd and is going to be in the from 2nd to April to the 9th of April in Aries, and then moves from 9th to the 25th of April in the Pisces sign in the demoted form. It's moving backwards. Moon is going to be in the sign ruled by Saturn, that is Capricorn, on the 3rd and the 4th, and is going to be in trine to Ketu. So one has to be very careful about, the mental setup during this time. And then Moon moves into the Aquarius sign on the 5th and the 6th, where Mars and Saturn are already there. And as you know, Mars and Saturn conjunction is actually, it's a havoc all around. We have seen in the Mahakal temple also what has happened. The fire happened, and whatever is happening, it's a restructuring time. Saturn is, and then lastly, Moon is going to be in the Pisces sign on the 7th and the 8th, wherein Venus and Rahu are waiting for this moon, and then we are heading to an eclipse on the 8th. So 7th till the 7th, I'll be covering this one, moon in the Pisces sign lastly. Now, what are the major transit positions happening this week? First of all, Mercury is turning retrograde, as you know, in the Aries sign and will be moving backwards. And on the 9th, it will be moving back to the Pisces sign. It's going to be in Gandanta also. So retrogression tenure is from 2nd to the 25th April. Then it's going to be Tara Asta also. That is, Mercury is going to get combust from the 4th April to the 1st of May 2024, and is going to be losing. See, it's going to be combust and retrograde both. It said that retrogression is actually more predominant as compared to the combustion. So it's very essential to check if it is giving you any negative results. It's because of the retrogression and not because of the combustion. Then we do have Saturn in Purva Bhadra. From the Rahu's nakshatra, it is going to be in the Jupiter's nakshatra, and Jupiter is also in it's going to be changing the Navmansha. It's going to be in Scorpio Navmansha, so ruled by Mars. So this is again, double the impact of Mars, which is not considered to be that great, but thankfully Jupiter is going to be saving us. Any kind of karma realignment, restructuring, anything to do with transformation, whatever you want to do for yourself, work on yourself, on your wisdom, acquire knowledge, etc. This is the time period. I have made a separate video on the same. Please do watch that and elaborate one. First one is Saturn-Mars Yuti or conjunction in Aquarius. And then I have also done Saturn's ingress in Purva Bhadra. So I will be sharing the links in the description box. Venus is going to be in Jupiter's nakshatra from the 3rd to the 14th of April. And partial, exchange also, it's going to be between Jupiter and Venus's nakshatras. So this is again very, very positive for acquiring knowledge and about aesthetics, about, music, fine arts. This is a very good time period for the film industry, glam industry, etc. Also, they will be in news. Women counterparts will be in news even more. And also, if there is going to be if you want to know about Sun's nakshatra, and the Sun's nakshatra is Revati, and there is where the eclipse is going to take place. So it is said that you should not pick and choose the nakshatra where the eclipse is taking place for any auspicious tasks. So I don't use it because I have seen and experienced, if I pick and choose any kind of nakshatras which are like Hasta nakshatra also we should not be using, because Hasta nakshatra, the lunar eclipse took place, and now it is going to be in the Revati nakshatra, so avoid. So Sun is going to be in Mercury's nakshatra. It's going to combust Mercury. It is going to be, Sun is going to be in close vicinity of Mercury. Mercury is retrograde. So the authorities must be very careful about their decision about whatever, the policies they're going to be laying the foundations to the new projects, etc. And one must be careful. So you see, Rahu Ketu are in the Capricorn and Cancer Navmansha, and they are going to be in the same signs, not changing. And Mercury is going to be in Revati again from 9th April. So this is what is going to be. So main highlight is Mercury is turning retrograde, and Saturn and Venus are changing the nakshatras this week. So important. Someone is asking if someone has a retrograde Mercury in the chart, Mercury retrograde will be better. Depends where Mercury is. If Mercury is in the is in the places where he's not comfortable or is not friendly to the sign, Lagna. Suppose Mercury is in, say, Mars's sign, suppose Aries, this is a three Shaddai ruler. When three Shaddai ruler is turning retrograde, it's definitely very positive, any which ways, because it's turning retrograde. But at the same time, if Mercury is afflicted in your chart, is placed in a very good places, and then this Mercury turns retrograde in the sky also in transit, so it might just give you a little better result. And especially if you are in the Dasha of Mercury, Antardasha or Pratyantardasha of Mercury, so you will experience the impact of Mercury's retrograde even more. Definitely remember that Mercury's, one second, let me write it down here so that you can, Mercury's retrogression. So Mercury's retrogression is a very important phenomena which takes place in the sky every year, thrice, or maybe 4 times. Sometimes it goes retrograde for 3 weeks approximately. So this is a very important and a very precarious time period at the same time. Why? Because Mercury is the planet, actually, if you have a very strong Mercury in your chart, I think you're good to go, because you're good at communication, you're good in your business skills, how you can tempt and how you can convince others. Your conversation skills are mainly, that represent, Venus is looks, but Mercury is brains, Mercury is intellect, Mercury is your speech. So you can either pierce with your words, or you can, definitely win other people's heart by your Mercury, good Mercury. So that is how you will get to know when Mercury is. Brad, I'm so sorry, I could not get your question. Please resend it. I will answer. I remember you have been asking about Yavana Jataka something, but I have missed that out. Please share it again. I will reply for sure. I love to reply, if there is a really very important and a very relevant question. So Mercury, I was coming to Mercury again. So now Mercury retrogression is such a important phenomena, and Mercury in the chart is actually takes the whole chart strength, it strengthens the chart. I have seen. So if you have a very good, you're a good author, you're a good orator, you must take it for sure that your Mercury is strong. Retrogression will actually, spoil the significations of your oratory skills. Maybe, you will miss some words, you will goof up with your presentation. There can be something which, you have to revise again. Maybe, you're writing an exam and, you're punching in your options and, you miss out something. That is also because, your Mercury gets, it is like, smoky thing, for this. So this Mercury gets is less on clarity also. So that is why when Mercury is going to be conjunct Rahu, people become very greedy also, oh, let me invest here, let me do this big time investments, and then they just fall prey. They don't get that kind of result as expected. Market fails, market drops, market rises erratically. You will find every time Mercury is involved in the, whenever there is something to do with major transitions in the Mercury's, Mercury's connection, whenever there are marketing trends. Okay. So when Mercury is turning retrograde, be prepared, because it is going to be back and forth from Aries, from fiery energy. Now it's going to be the watery energy. So people will make mistakes. Though Venus and Mercury are connected to each other here. So what happens when Mercury retrogrades? It's said that when Mercury is retrograding in a debilitated sign, it's exalted. But here it's a Neech Bhanga, so it is again coming back to the negative, because Neech, three positive things are going to be happening. So there has to be, the odds have to be, even. So when Mercury is retrograde, debilitated, it is good. But when Mercury is debilitated, forming a Neech Bhanga because of Venus's presence, it's losing its potency. So for sure, we're going to be experiencing really upheavals in the market trend. So be prepared for that. Mercury retrograde is definitely going to be giving you some kind of issues. Please don't post the, okay. The question on the weekday remedies or anything to do with Yavan Jataka was the first text introducing the weekdays. Before that, India never had a. Okay. Yeah, actually, this is always a contradiction. There is always a contradiction about the weekdays and the names and everything. But remember, this started from India. We have to, we have all the mentions in our classic texts. You can refer to it. Definitely, I will quote it in my answer to this. If you can just, in this video only, Brad, if you can just mention in the comment section, I will get back to you and I'll give you the quote also, that what exactly, the reference is taken from. Okay. Please. Okay. Now, I don't want to get distracted right now. I will definitely reply back. So now with this upcoming week, the best thing to do is do not go outbounds in your investments, in your communication, and keep a constant check on your greed also. Maybe you win some lottery or something, and then you just start getting into that, that rut again. So be careful about it. It is not going to be helping you otherwise. Okay. So maintain everything, be more, level-headed right now. Okay. So this is what I wanted to share with you. And what else? I think that's it. I've made a separate video of Saturn's ingress, so I don't think so I'm going to be doing that. I've done the Venus's ingress also in Pisces Sun yesterday when I made this video on Venus. So it was like, it took me a lot of time because, there was so much of information in that I myself, went on and on and on, because Venus is going to be in the nakshatras and it's going to be part of the eclipse, and it's going to be Mercury's conjunction, then Mercury's retrograde, Venus crosses Rahu, moves on the 18th, moves ahead of it. So they are going to be closely conjunct. So, these energies are going to be really, really very powerful and very strong. So whenever these transits happen, definitely they impact us all. But the intensity varies because you're not maybe in the Dasha of Venus, you're not in the Dasha of a particular planet, which is in the sky. Maybe when Mercury is retrograde, it might just not be giving you that kind of result because you don't have the Mercury's Dasha. So you need to be checking all the transit positions that way. I think enough of talking. Let me start with this prediction. So this is based on Ascendant, Moon, and Dasha, Antradasha. See, this is what is very important people miss out on, because, Dasha, Antradasha is a very, very important one. If you don't check for yourself what Dasha you're in, I can't tell you, I can't tell everybody like that. So you have to see where your Jupiter's oppose is. If you are in the Jupiter's Dasha, Jupiter's oppose is in Libra sign. So you need to make Libra your first house and see where the planetary positions are in your natal chart first, where they are. So just rotate the chart to Libra first. Suppose you are not a Libra rising, you are not a Libra ascendant, you're a Gemini ascendant. So it becomes the fifth house Jupiter, right? But make Jupiter your first house and see where the planets are in your natal chart, and then see what Antradasha you're in, make that your check from there also, and then superimpose the transit positions. Okay. And then you will get the answer to all your questions. What exactly do you want to know about your current situation? What is it that is bothering you, or what is it that is giving you elevation? Sometimes, people think that, oh, we are doing so well. They do ignore, and they don't even think about astrology at that time. And they go to an astrologer only when they are in pain. So we must do the remedies when the time is good also, so that, the time period gets a little better in the future when it's a rough patch that we experience. And every time we do have a cycle which is up and down. So we do experience negatives and positives also. Everyone does. For Aries natives, this week, Moon is going to be transiting your 9th, 10th, and 11th, and lastly, the 12th house. So this is going to be a very important and a crucial week for you, because Mercury is your 3 Shaddai ruler, which is going to be turning retrograde as well. And Mercury retrogression is a very important one for you. In the 9th house, when Moon is, so this is the time period you have to take care of your health. If you're traveling, you need to take care of your education, your higher studies. Maybe you're going to be exploring some new avenues coming in your life. You're going to be an explorer. You're going to be thinking about something to do with the philosophy, religion, etc. You're going to be feeling that energy that now you want to come out of that fantasy world and go in the practical realms of life. So you're thinking of growth, good time to start a business. If you're thinking of a house change, you can do that as well. Then moon is going to be in your 10th house, and it's going to be from the 3rd and the 4th, and it's going to be also in trine to Ketu. So you need to be taking care of your emotions at the workplace. Maybe somebody at the workplace might just, be conspiring against you. You might feel a little uneasy. You're feeling very emotional. You're doing so much. You're putting a lot of effort, but you're not getting the results. So you do feel uneasy because of that also at times, But this is a good time period to connect with someone at the workplace. Maybe they will help you out. And some new options and offers are coming through also. So you're going to be experiencing something which is going to be positive for you, some elevation this week. Maybe you're going to be heading to a promotion. So this is a good time, a good week for you for that reason. Then moon is going to be in your 11th house on the 5th and the 6th, wherein Mars and Saturn are waiting for this moon. So you need to be taking care of your speech about with your friends, with your community you move around in. Take care. When people are, just getting agitated or getting irritated with you, there can be some heated arguments also. You can have flux of energies there. You feel a little restricted also. Low-key affairs would be better, maintain a low-key. And also, if you have to start any new project, you can take it up as well. With enthusiasm, you'll take it up and then it'll fizzle out. So don't get into that zone. Just stick to whatever you're doing and with confidence, and you will definitely get through. It's a good time to connect with your children also. Children might be maybe thinking of doing some new projects or new education plan. They're going to be switching from one thing to another. Take care of your mother's health, because from the 4th house, this is the 8th house where Saturn and Mars are. Mother is definitely doing well in her professional career, but at the same time not doing well in her health. So maybe feet region, legs region, she's having some pain. So just help her out. And your property related matters, are going to be a little problematic this week. So make sure that you do not park your funds in the property, assets, etc. And any kind of litigation you might just get involved in this week. So be careful about that. Don't get into that I want to sue that person, that road rage, etc. You can get little agitated. Then moon is lastly going to be on the 7th in your 12th house. So some foreign travels, some journeys, overseas clientele, or meeting with people who are going to be, helping you with your projects, etc. But you are going to be, working a lot. Or maybe you're self-introspecting, you're in that isolation zone, you don't want to meet people, etc. And you want to just be in your in that mood where you want to just devote your time to whatever has happened, because moon in the 12th house means it's going to be the last one in last sign of your horoscope. So this means that you're going to be actually contemplating on something new now. You're thinking about how you can, what all happened in the past 27 days, how I can be better off. So you're reflecting, you're rejuvenating yourself also, but in isolation. You're working in isolation. So that is why whenever Lagnesh is in the 12th house, you are away from your family, from your motherland, from yourself. It's a loss of self, actually. So till the time you leave yourself and go to the other place, you will not gain that success also. So when moon is in the 12th house, you do feel that, you need to work in isolation. You need to go overseas, and your emotions are attached to the overseas places as well. So all that is going to be the week like, and Mercury is turning retrograde, as I said. So be careful about what you speak, how you convey your things. Maybe there is some misinterpretation or misunderstanding, which can lead to some complications in the future. Be careful about it. If you are in Mercury's Dasha, as I explained in Mercury retrograde part, which is in the beginning, please do refer to that as well. So you need to be careful about your Mercury retrograde if you have a Mercury retrograde direct in your chart. So that can give you some kind of communication gap. But it is good for, definitely Mercury in retrogression is going to be very positive and moves into the Pisces sign after the 9th of April. That is like, revisiting the place, which is Nicha, which is again, it will be transiting through the Gandanta also. So any kind of decisions that you have to reverse, this will be the time period. Maybe you have made tickets to go overseas or to somewhere. So you might just review that. You might just change it. Or maybe you have to buy a laptop or a mobile phone or something like that. But now you're thinking of, you change your mind. I don't want of this model. I want from something else, something new, something different. So all that you're going to be contemplating, but don't buy anything like that right now. It said that, you need to, whenever you shop, you have to go and return those things. I've seen that many times that happens. Okay. So Saturn is going to be in Purva Bhadrapada, which is from the 6th April till the 3rd of October. So this is a very important transit. So this is going to give you elevation in your financials. So make sure that you use this time period towards your best capacity. You have that inline, potential. So don't let go down the drain. Don't waste it. Okay. And Venus is from 3rd to the 14th going to be in Uttar Bhadrapada, Saturn's nakshatra, which is again very positive for you for elevation in your financials and connection with the overseas. Marriage proposal also can be accepted. Coming to the next sign, that is Taurus. For Taurus natives, this week moon is going to be in your 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th houses. So in the 8th house, it said that, moon feels a little uncomfortable. Moon exalts in the 1st house, but here it's gone to the 8th places away. That means it's a transformative energy. You need to work on yourself, on your moods, on your, on your growth. You need to figure that out, that how you can, improvise on things that you are doing. So this is a very research-oriented mindset, when moon is here. So maybe you're going to be doing things not superficially. You have to make decisions. You're going to be making some major decisions, which might just, require a lot of attention, a lot of time. So you need to figure that out as well when moon is in the 8th house. Don't have any negatives attached to this transit, because you know what, mood swings means that you're going to be in a very bad temper or something, and then you make wrong choices in impulse. So that is why moon in the 8th house is not considered to be that great. Chandra Ashtama, as we say. So you tend to make wrong decisions. So it's better that, and your focus is on yourself, not others, basically. So you actually, can lose control. You can, get a little crazy, or maybe there are certain deeper issues or intense issues that you have to deal with. So your mind is actually going on that track, some deep-seated desires or fears or possessiveness, all that happens when moon is here. But you're going to be exploring the hidden realms. The potential is there. Maybe you're going to be seeking help from an astrologer, or you yourself are going to consult, or you're going to be helping someone heal when moon is in the 8th house. So you're going to be it's like occult sciences. It's a house of occult, deep hidden subjects. So when moon is there, so this might just bring about emotions attached to those areas. Something which can be coming up in the limelight, which is hidden, can come into the limelight. You are just doing some project, and that breakthrough that you were waiting for, you get that on the Ashtama Chandra. So make sure that you are going to be using this time period well, and don't get carried away in your negative emotions. Moon is going to be on the 3rd and the 4th in the Capricorn sign in the 9th house. So your Yoga Karagrahas, Shani's house. So this is going to be a very good transit for you. It is going to be helping you. And this is going to be giving you some kind of support in your connections with the overseas people, or maybe you're going to be exploring some different realms. You're going to be acquiring knowledge. It's good for connecting with your guru. It's good for starting any kind of new project, also good for connecting with your siblings. You can connect with them, maybe take their help, or they need your help, so help them out also. And this is the 12 places away from your 10th house, so it might just bring about some overseas journeys and projects also. Moon will be in your 10th house on the 5th and the 6th, and Mars and Saturn are there. So this is the time period you have to take care of your emotions at the workplace. Some people, are somebody at the workplace is going to just pull you down, and you're going to be, putting a lot of effort to come out and prove yourself. It happens, there's a lot of politics which plays out at the workplace. So you need to also be strong, rather than just falling prey to the emotions of, what the others are saying, what the others are doing, and start comparing. So then it starts with then the problem starts. But it is a good time period to connect with the bosses, seniors, if you can directly connect with them, rather than, just spilling the beans with your co-workers beforehand. And they take away the cake. So that is why I'm telling you that don't disclose, be little to yourself, and then open up when you meet your and discuss the projects when you meet the seniors. Moon is going to be lastly in your 11th house, on the 7th, wherein Venus, Sun, Rahu are there. And then we are heading to an eclipse also the next day. So the start of the week is going to be with the eclipse next week. So before that, you must actually make everything clear that you're not going to be going overboard in investments. You're not going to be making decisions as far as your authorities are concerned, as far as new projects, as far as your investments, as far as your relationship is concerned. You have to be very, very cautious, because Mercury is also turning retrograde. Mercury is turning retrograde from your 12th house and will be moving into your 11th. So this is going to give you financial growth. So the past investments are going to pay off. So that is something which is positive, but you should not go in for, new investments without thinking about it. Saturn, Mars is actually, it's good if you, invest in iron or anything to do with mining, etc. Some companies which are dealing with Saturn, Mars, you should invest there, because it's going to be really giving you the elevation, because Saturn is petrochemicals, as we say. So it's good. So you must see your Saturn's condition. It's in the Sasya Yoga, being the Yoga Karagraha. It's a very strong Saturn here. And Mars is also your 12th Lord in the 10th. So maybe you're going to join hands, collaborations, etc. overseas, or somebody who's not from your background, and somebody who's you've not collaborated earlier with. So all that is going to be there. Ketu is in your 5th house. Take care of your connection with your children. There can be some complications here and there related to your 5th house affairs. That is your romance and your children and your creative energies. You can be a little more spiritual during this time period. So that's all for the whole planetary positions. So do watch all the videos that I've made on Venus is in Ingress in Pisces, Saturn in Uttar Bhadrapada, and Saturn in Purva Bhadrapada, and Venus in Uttar Bhadrapada. Mercury is going to be in Revati, Sun is in Revati. So all that is going to be the important most videos. So I will be sharing the link in the description box. Please do follow them. Coming to the next sign, that is Gemini. See, don't write here. I will not be able to read anything right now. Please write it after the video gets over in the comment section. You're wasting your time and energy, Brad. Live chats, I can't go through live chat when I'm making the video live. For Gemini natives, this week, Moon is going to be transiting your 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th houses. Moon in the 7th house is going to be, playing out as the relationships. Your inclination is towards relationship. Emotions are attached to your relationships. Not just the spousal relationship I'm talking about, or a girlfriend-boyfriend relationship. It's about a relationship in totality. How do you deal with people? How do people perceive you? So this Moon is going to be making you very emotional about all that. You're going to be actually, having a lot of exploration energies now in relationship. How I should deal with this person or that person, you will be working on all that, so that, you're doing well at the workplace also, the work ethics, etc. You're learning now. And you're going to be having very good experiences during this week. Maybe some good news comes in. You're going to be going for a party, for a get-together. So you're connecting with people this week, which is definitely going to be very positive for you. And also after this, you will be experiencing some, maybe, it's like, after a lot of enjoyment, you just go in the sullen mood. Somebody told you something and you feel, oh, why? Or you see someone, and you start getting jealous. Oh, he or she has so much, I don't. So insufficiency, that kind of a fear, the insecurity that we go through, that is Moon in the 8th house. Okay. And as it is where Mars exalts, that is the Capricorn sign. So don't compare. The moment you start comparing, that becomes the difficult part to accept, because somebody will be leading you or somebody will be ahead of you, but there is somebody who is behind you also. We never compare with the weaker leagues. We always compare with the stronger ones. So what happens, that brings about, get inspired. That's something we should be doing, rather than, comparing and, just pulling each other down or praying for the other person's downfall, etc. I have seen that, and I have been explaining them, the people I have met, few people I still know, they pray for somebody else's downfall, so that is something that, we should not be. Rather, we should pray good to everyone. I can assure you, when you pray for others, it comes in multiple times back to you. And whatever you will pray, even if it's a negative prayer, it will also come back to you negative multiple times. Whatever you give, you get. Tata pindeta, tata brahmande. So you should always speak good, think good, even think good. Okay? Think good. That's the most important. So when moon is in the 8th house, you might experience on the 3rd and the 4th some kind of negative energies like these: possessiveness, fears, desires, which are, like going to make you a little uncomfortable. So you need to take care of your mental setup. Don't make hasty decisions. There can be some revelations, maybe, your partner is cheating on you and you get to know. Sorry to say that. It's a very personal thing, but, it can also happen that way. Whenever moon, sun, they go into the 8th house, there are revelations, and people get very much inclined to occult sciences also. You might just be watching many videos on that day, or you might be just having a link with those kind of people, wherein you learn occult sciences, okay, PhD, etc. You're writing thesis or you're starting something like that. Also, it is going to be about inheritance, tax, insurance that you're going to be working on this week. Maybe you are going to be paying off your taxes. Moon is going to be in your 9th house, and that's going to be from the 5th and the 6th. And here, Mars and Saturn are already there. See, Mars is your, 11th lord, and that's 11 places away from there. So it's a very positive transit for you. As it is, Saturn is also the Bhagya lord. So when moon joins in here, so this might just bring about some, major changes in your professional career. You might make some innovative moves, collaborations, overseas journeys, maybe connecting with the overseas clients during this time. And it is very positive for your financial growth also, for sure. Saturn actually contracts you. It is a conservative planet. But at the same time, Mars will give you the zeal to break through that conservatism and go ahead with the thing that you want to achieve. Moon is your 2nd lord. And from there, it's going to be transiting 8 places away. So it might be that you're going to, earn money through the unearned sources. Maybe, with your knowledge, you're going to be imparting knowledge, you're going to be teaching, and you get good money, you get a good paycheck. Maybe you're going to submit your thesis, and it gets accepted. So that is also a way to get acknowledged, isn't it? So that is something which you can expect this week. And then lastly, moon is going to be in your 10th house, and that's going to be on the 7th, and it's going to be, giving you some kind of boost at the workplace. You're going to be feeling, yes, I can do it. Now is the time that, I can finish all the tasks, and I can get acknowledged, and I can connect with the seniors and bosses and all of that. So it's a good time period. If at all you want to go for investments, you want to go for some stock shares, etc., you can do that. Mercury is turning retrograde. Your Lagnesh is turning retrograde, and is going to be demoted towards the 10th house. So this might, with the Rahu being there, it might just bring about some greed, some anger, some anguish, communication gap with people. So you need to figure that out. You need to work on those energies as well this week. It's going to be really hyper. And being the 4th lord also getting retrograde, it might just bring about delays and frustration at the workplace as well as home front. Maybe you're redoing your place, renovating your place, you're buying something. So there is a lot of wastage of money happening, or something, which goes wrong, and you feel very disgusted and feel very weak and very sad. So don't be, it's okay. You have to quit your karma. Everyone has to. And when Mercury is retrograde, we must review everything twice, minimum twice. Review your finances, review your investments, review your decision-making, contract signing, etc. also. And eat right, okay? Eat right and take care of your health, because Mercury rules the 6th sign, Virgo sign also. So you need to review everything, what you eat, what you do. And this is a good time period, you will lose weight if you're gaining weight also. So see to it that you use this energy well this week. And Saturn and Venus's videos I've already made. Please go and refer. And there's a playlist out there, where I have made a lot of tutorials also. You can just go and watch all those videos. I've tried to give back to the community generously. So, and that every content is free of cost. If you watch all those videos, you will be definitely well equipped to understand your own horoscope by the end of it. Coming to the next sign, that is Cancer. All right. So for Cancer natives, this week Moon is going to be transiting your 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th houses. 6th house transit, whenever Moon transits there, it's a Virgo sign basically. It's a Mercurial ruled sign when Moon is transiting. So what happens, it's going to be giving you a lot of inclination towards acquiring knowledge. You really want to do something for your family. You want to heal others. You want to heal yourself first. You're just in that mode of, exploring how I can improvise on myself, on my health, on my mental setup, on my, bigger picture. You're looking at the bigger picture in a very different perspective now. There can be a new job proposal. It could be that you're going to be connecting with your seniors, your co-workers, you're taking their help. You're having that servitude attitude. You're going to be organizing your calendar also. I want to do this now. I want to do this next. So all that you're going to be planning, during this Moon's ingress in the 6th house zone on the 1st and the 2nd. So as it is, we plan our month also, on the 1st. So all that happens when also when Moon is transiting your 6th house. It's like, budget planning. Okay, I have to spend this much so-and-so money on this. I have to buy that. I have to buy this. So all these things, start playing out. You might just join a gym or a diet plan, etc. also. So that's on the 1st and the 2nd. And Jupiter is also looking here. So it's a very positive time period. Don't start any kind of litigation. Don't get trapped into that litigation, etc. You might just get the verdict, but still, if you want to start something, you should avoid, because Mercury is turning retrograde, which is your 12th and the 3rd lord as well. So communication gap will be there. Some paperwork is going to be having a miss, or some mistakes will be there, or documentation issues can be felt. And when you're traveling, you should be careful about your belongings. Okay. Then Moon is going to be in your 3rd and the 4th house. On the 3rd and the 4th, it's going to be in your 7th house. And Ketu is also in trine, remember. So this might bring about some complications here and there with your partner. You need to reconcile. You need to sort it out rather than just moving away from your partner or just doing things which irritate both of you. So it's it's a time that you have to be cautious about, and you have to take care of the mood swings also of each other. And you can be very caring. You can be very maybe you both are going for a satsang or a community meet. You're going to be going to a religious place. Maybe you're visiting a religious place. That also can be there, and it's good. You both can maybe reconnect. It's about relationships on the whole. It's not about just the spousal relationship I'm talking about. If you're solo, you have people around you, right? Your mother, your father, your siblings, your neighbors, etc., etc., etc. If 1st house is you, 7th house is other people. So it completes you basically. So you need to figure that out, how you can improvise on the relationship without any insecurity, without any judging each other, etc. So you might just be doing all of that when Moon is in your 7th house transit. Okay. And it's a good transit for you, because you're going to be thinking about better things. You're going to be starting something new. So it's a good week to, we can say on the 3rd and the 4th. And 5th and the 6th Moon is going to be in your 8th house. That is Kumbha, that is Aquarius, and Mars and Saturn are already there. So this brings about, your Yoga Graha is in the 8th house. You must understand Mars. So it's already causing a lot of anxiety, anger. You're very agitated on small issues, and, at the workplace also, because Saturn is looking at you. So you're pressurized all the time. You're pressed of time, you're pressed of with work, you're really, struggling right now. I know that. And when Moon transits there, it aggravates all these energies, because the Lagnesh is going to the 8th house after all. So this brings about complications in health, mental setup. anxiety increases. So you need to just calm down on the 5th and the 6th. Don't make any hasty decisions, because this might just bring about too much of hypertension to you, and you can have some problems in your blood related problems we see from Mars. So it could be your BP issue, or it could be your maybe you have flu or something this week, so you need to work on that. The fevers, etc., you do get. Or maybe you have bones problem, have feet, in the feet. It's said that whenever Mars and Saturn are there, it's outer body, the skeleton, and Mars is the blood. So you can have complications in your bones, in your feet especially. So you need to take care of all these during this week. And lastly, Moon is going to be in your ninth house on the 7th, and is going to be conjunct Venus, Sun, and Rahu. And we're heading to an eclipse next week, solar eclipse next week to start with. So this is like a little difficult time period, because if you have to travel, if you have to make decisions about education, upskilling yourself, etc. So it might just take a back seat, or it might just be a confused state of mind, what to do, what not to do, how I can upgrade myself, what should I join, what courses should I take up so that I can be a better person and a better at my skills. And this is the 8th house from your first, where Moon sits. So this might just bring about health issues to your father. There can be that your father is unwell, or your relationship with him is suffering. And there's a confused state of mind. You have to be very careful with what you follow, because on the news, you might just there can be rumors, there can be false fake news that you can fall prey to. So you have to be very careful when Moon is in the 9th house with Rahu, etc. also there. So that's what, okay. Mercury is turning retrograde, so be careful about what I said in the beginning part about your relationship with your siblings, about signing the contracts, overseas journeys. You need to be very, very careful about all these areas. Coming to the next sign, that is Leo, sorry. For Leo natives, this week Moon is going to be transiting your 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th houses. 5th house transit is good for creative energies, unwinding, hobby. If you have to pursue any hobby, it's like, you're doing for yourself, unwinding when Moon is in the 5th house. That is why, it is the house of creativity, children. What happens when you see a child, you feel so, or the baby, you feel like just cuddling and, just pick up the baby and just, hug or kiss the baby, or just bless the baby or something like that. So that is what Moon energy is in the 5th house. You feel very emotional, you feel very, you see something and you just say, wow, this is so nice, this is the creator has created such beauty, so you're going to appreciate all of that. Appreciate yourself. What is it that you have, the inbuilt quality that you have, use that quality. So this might just be a start of the dance that you have left in between, or something that, that artistic you. Suddenly you feel that, yeah, I want to just go for this, again. But don't, it should not diminish. It should not fade away, with the passage of time. So enjoy, be in that state for a long, long time. Just don't leave it in between. Continue doing what you pick up. Maybe, you want to go play squash again, and, just go ahead. Keep doing it. Don't disrupt. Okay, there can be some it's not the time to have an argument with your partner, because it could be that you can have some argument and you're not getting along well, and you make hasty decision. No, I don't want to be in impulse. I don't want to be with this person. You think like that at times, isn't it? But don't part ways or make any decision now. Give it some time. 2-2.25 days later, you will be regretting, and then there is no looking back. So it's better that you stay there. You just keep mum. That's what I'm saying. Whenever you are falling prey to the circumstances also grasp you, remember. So it's better that you become silent. It's better to be quiet at that time. Okay. Then Moon is going to be in your 6th house, and that's going to be on the 3rd and the 4th. So this is a good time period to start some new things, about yourself. You want to upgrade yourself, or you want to focus on yourself, on your how you can look good, or how you can work on your health and, diet and fitness regime. All of that is going to be very encouraging. And how you can have that servitude attitude, how you can be a healer, how you can get healed yourself also. So all of those energies are going to enhance And it is a good time period if you want to go overseas. You're thinking already of joining a new job assignment, connecting with your seniors and bosses and aligning everything. So this is a good 2 good days that you have. And also, Moon is going to be in your 7th house on the 5th and the 6th, and Mars and Saturn are already sitting there. So whenever, Saturn is in the Kendra, in its own zone, so this is a Sasya Yoga. And Mars is your Yoga Karak Graha, being the trine and the Kendra ruler simultaneously. So this is a very, very positive time for you. And this is going to be a very positive week to go in for any kind of house change, travels, getting married, getting into a relationship, also sitting for a competitive exam, etc. You will be an achiever. But remember, Lagnesh is in the 8th house. Don't forget that. And there's an eclipse also in your 8th house. So you need to take care of your health. You need to take care of your mental setup. There can be some revelations which can break your heart. So you need to be very, very careful about, you must be prepared about all these areas of life as well. Okay, don't trust blindly on anyone. You're thinking that this person is going to be helpful, but ultimately this person leaves you in the dire state. So you will regret, why I did this, why I dependent on this person. So that can be a heartache that you can go through by the end of the week, because then we're heading to an eclipse also. So whenever there is an eclipse in the 8th house, it actually, is the time to contemplate on things that actually upgrade you or uplift you or bring you down or downgrade you. So you know how to distinguish these areas of life. Some new things actually happen. It's like rising from the ashes. The phoenix rises from the ashes. It's that kind of a situation when there is an eclipse in the 8th house. So, and also Pisces sign, which is the last sign of the natural zodiac. That's why it's in the 8th house of yours. That means you will be actually going through the transformation again and again and again. Something will die away and then there will be regeneration. So this is what Leos go through in their life. That's their actually, the theme of their life, that they have to go through that transformation again and again. And then they get, because it's a moksha sthana also, the Pisces sign. So you need to actually work on your, achievements again and again, and get into the research and depth and detail of everything. It's a very good, time for the astrologers, because it's the 8th house where this is happening. So learn astrology, impart your knowledge. But remember, Sun and Rahu combination, it's defamation. It's a defamation. It's a blemish on your reputation. So do not at any cost commit anything that you can't fulfill. Okay. And with the authorities, you have to be also maintaining very cordial relationships. Okay. And acquire knowledge. This is what, this transit is indicative of. And Moon is on the 7th in the 8th house. 7th, 8th, Moon is going to be in the 8th house, in fact. So really, it is going to be a very positive time period. I will be making a separate video on the solar eclipse also, for sure, because, especially, Moon and Moon ruled or Sun ruled signs, that is Cancer and Leo people, they experience the eclipse the most, the maximum. So Moon actually stays in a particular zone for 2 quarter days only. So the results are very quick, especially for Cancer natives. I've seen, the results are very, very fast, and they're very, very emotional people. Okay. And Leos, of course, they are practical, they're fixed, they have their own set of rules, but when there are eclipses, they lose out. Okay. If you are an eclipse born already, then you need to really check on your, on your mental state, because, I've seen people who have, at the time of birth, if you're either, eclipse born, or you have a problem with the sun by Saturn, Saturn and Sun also brings about complications. So you people really need to do remedies, from time to time, because you should go to Mahakal temple, you should do Pitru Tarpan, or, most of the times I've seen people doing on new moons, Pitru Tarpan. They actually pacify their ancestors. Some past life karma that you have with the Pitris, with the ancestors that you have to quit whenever Sun and Rahu are together. So you need to be really committed to whatever you're doing, and don't befool others. Don't try to make money by befooling or harming the innocent people around you. Okay. Coming to the next sign, that is Virgo. Everybody should follow a right path. Okay, so for Virgo natives, your ascendant is turning retrograde this week, and Ketu's as it is over there in your first house, which is retrograde, ever retrograde. So with this eclipse zone that we are heading to in your seventh house, in this axis, so you need to be really working on your relationships. Also, Moon is going to be transiting your fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh houses this week. Fourth house will make you a little emotional this week. You will want to connect with your family. You want to sit and talk it out, whatever you have been going through. Also, it could be that your friends are going to be, moving or drifting apart. They're going away from you. So you're very emotional. You want to actually, spend more time with your family during this time period, and you expect the same, that they will be reciprocating the same way. And when they don't, it might just, give you some heartache. So you need to be very careful about your mood swings, and maybe you're going to be after travels, taking rest, connecting with your childhood friends, childhood, days, opening all the, old memories, going through all of that happens on the first and the second. Excuse me. Then Moon is going to be in your fifth house on the third and the fourth, and is going to be aspected or in trine to Ketu. So fifth house, as it is, is the house of creative energies. So you might just unwind. You might just give me a moment. I'm getting some cough. So in the fifth house, Moon is going to be on the third and the fourth. So this is the time period you should unwind. Actually, sometimes we all need, at times we are burnt out. So this is the time period you need to take some rest, relax, take a break, unwind, or follow that hobby, pursue that hobby that you have not, since a long time. So that is going to be the theme of on the third and the fourth. It's going to play out really well. You can be very creative. You will be acknowledged for the work that you're doing. So this is a very beautiful time period to connect with your children, connect with yourself, your inner childhood. Okay. Inner child, I would say. I don't know, something happened. So Moon is going to be in your sixth house on the fifth and the sixth. Just give me a moment. Excuse me. So when Moon is in your sixth house, Mars and Saturn are already there. Mars being the eighth house ruler is in the sixth house, and Saturn being the ruler of the sixth house and fifth house is in the sixth house. So what happens here, we can blend the energies towards positive now, because the three Shaddai ruler is getting beaten up by a eighth house ruler. So this is like, you will be starting some new things. You're going to be dealing with your problems in a very different manner. If at all you are into litigation or any kind of profession related to law, engineering, etc. So this is going to be triggering all of that and towards better. Any kind of competition you have to go for, it's going to be a success. On the fifth and the sixth especially, this is going to be a very positive time for all of that. Starting some new projects, connecting with your co-workers, and also, healing others and yourself from within. Sometimes what happens, you need that focus, attention on your own body. If you want to go in for that surgical process that you have been waiting for, you can do that as well when Moon is in the sixth house with Mars and Saturn, because Mars is blood loss. So when Moon is there, so you can experience the blood loss. So it's better that you donate blood, or you go in for the surgical process when, as it is, you have to go for that, you will be having that blood loss. So could be that you're having that kind of a surgical process this week. And anything to do with your change of energies, shift of energies towards joining a new project, joining new job, routine that you're following, organizing everything. So you're going to be doing all of that, planning everything, strategies, etc., laying foundation to the new projects, etc., also is possible. And your friends might be also a part of it. They might just help you over there. Friends can be having that research oriented mindset as well. Then moon is going to be in your seventh house. Moon in the seventh house on the 7th and the 8th with Venus and Rahu, and we are heading to an eclipse also, solar eclipse in this zone. So Hasta and Revati nakshatras, first of all, just leave them aside for minimum 3 months. Don't pick and choose. They are the Akaranta nakshatras, so this might bring about some complications here and there. Mercury is the ruler of Revati, where the eclipse is taking place, and Mercury is also going to be getting retrograde, moving backwards and demoted from your 8th house. So putting everything together, there is a new project that you're going to be starting, new relationship. There can be complication in the existing relationship. It's not the spousal relationship only I'm talking about. 7th house is the house which completes you. It could be your relatives, it could be your friends, it could be the people around you. The connection with people also is seen from the 7th house. How it is the 10th from the 10th. It's the karma's karma. So it means that you're going to be actually quitting your karma now with the eclipses zone. And Sun is also in your 7th house, being the ruler of your 12th. So it could be that you're moving overseas. Journeys on cards. And also second lord is in your 7th house. That means you're going to be making some elevation and through other people, and making financial growth. So this can give you all of that, but you have to be careful while signing the agreement. Don't repent or regret later, oh, why did I join this job? I shouldn't have quit that job. So those regrets come in when Mercury is retrograde in transition and backwards, and it's going to be in demoted form in the previous sign where he's completed the route. So all these, reversals happen, or all these kind of energies float whenever there is a complications, due to the retrogrades. So make sure that you take good care of your communication. Don't have any kind of, don't judge others, and don't misinterpret what can, just lead to complications later. Okay. So this is what is going to be the theme of this week. Okay. Coming to the next sign, that is Libra. For Libra natives, this week moon is going to be transiting your 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th houses. Saturn Venus transit videos I've already made. Please do refer to them if you want to understand the conjunction of Saturn and Mars also in your 5th house. And also moon in the 3rd house is going to be like, from Taurus sign, this is the 8th house. So there can be complications in your relationships when moon on the 1st and the 2nd is in your 3rd house. So this can give can make you emotional about your own people, your peers, your siblings, your neighbors, your friends, your finances. You're going to be worried about your finances also, because it's the 8th from the 8th. And 8th house, we have a Taurus sign. Taurus is the sign of finance. So when moon transits the Sagittarius sign, you really start thinking or have insecurities about finance. You will always feel that, every time when moon is transiting your Sagittarius sign, you're thinking too much about finances, resources, insurance, taxes, inheritances. All these will be playing out a lot on your head. And maybe some short journeys might be a little cumbersome. You're thinking of, presenting some presentation, making the presentation, or connecting with your coworkers, etc. And there is a complication there in your speech. Maybe there is something that, you have prepared for and it goes wrong somewhere. So when moon is in the 3rd house, make sure that you're confident and don't make any hasty decisions. Maybe in impulse, you just overlook certain things. It happens, right? You overlook, you will see what you want to see at times. It happens with me, with everyone. You see what you want to see. You will read 4 as 6 because you want to see 6. And I have seen that. So when moon is in the 3rd house, be more strong, be more bold, be more receptive to your surroundings also. be receptive, accept others as they are. Okay, don't impose or superimpose or push things to happen. Moon is going to be in the and short journeys, of course, as I said, will take place. Moon is going to be in your 4th house on the 3rd and the 4th. Now, this is the time period when you have traveled, you're tired, you want to spend time, alone time, or you want to spend in your cushion, zone, or your own people you want to connect with. So this will be the time period when you will be spending more time at home. You're redoing your place, you're spending more time in renovating, or you're buying some home accessories. You're going to be redoing your, making it beautiful. Some people are coming home, so you're just, dining, and you're arranging for all the, dinner, stuff. So all that can also happen. Purchasing of property, signing of agreements, etc., is also going to be taking place when Moon is in your 4th house. Vehicle purchase. Moon is going to be in your 5th house, where Mars and Saturn are waiting. Now, Saturn is looking at your 7th house. Mars is the ruler of your 7th house in the conjunction with Saturn. So this might trigger some relationship. This is also a good time period for, joining a new assignment, a new job. This is the 8 places away from the 10th, right? So this is definitely going to be giving you a research-based job, or something to do with, dealing with metallurgy, or, engineering, or something to do with civil, mechanical, something of those sorts are going to trigger, and those kind of jobs. And this is also a very positive time period when Moon is in your 5th house on the 5th and the 6th. It's going to be giving you some new avenues open, new doors opening for you. It's a very huge thing. It's a very huge statement that I'm making. But believe you in me, with Saturn also transiting the Purva Bhadra Jupiter's nakshatra, and Saturn looking at Jupiter conjunct 7th Lord. So it will trigger relationship. It will trigger some new things, new people you will be coming across who are going to be educating you, who will be teaching you, who will be hiring you, maybe, So all these energies are considered to be positive. And 5th house is also the house of entertainment. It's a house of creativity. You might just be unwinding. You want to join a sports activity. Maybe you'll be playing a sport and, you're winning. So anything could be happening during this time period of that sort. Then Moon is going to be lastly in your 6th house on the 7th and the 8th. And that's the time period we are heading to eclipses also. In the 6th house, when Moon transits, Sun is considered to be good, Rahu is considered to be good, Saturn is considered to be good, Venus is not. Venus, even if his Ucha, is losing his potency. So with Moon also transiting your 6th house, this might just give you too much of emotional bent of mind towards everything. Nitty-gritties you will get into. Details, detail-oriented. See, Moon is emotional. It's not analytical. Moon is very, very emotional. And this is the zone which is ruled by Mercury. So when Moon transits here, it gives you that kind of inclination to a strategy, analysis, how you can do things in, criticizing others and yourself. You're not that kind. So what happens, you start, because of your insecurities, etc., you start behaving that way. And with the eclipse also happening in the 6th house, it's not considered to be bad though. Remember, 6th house eclipse is the best eclipse, I would say. 3rd house, 6th house, 10th, 11th house eclipses are very good for your financial growth. So this will open new doors for you. And you will see that you are going to improvise on whatever your skills are. You're really going to upgrade yourself. So this is a time period you should enjoy, you should unwind. Don't get into any litigation, arguments, etc. It might just, give you some complications in the future because of the eclipse zone. Okay. So this is why, you should not fall prey to the negative energies around you. People will try to pull you down at the workplace. People will try to, suppress you. But you need to be well organized in your thoughts. Okay. And you're good to go. Coming to the next sign, that is Scorpio. For Scorpio natives, this week Moon is going to be transiting your 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th house. 2nd house is the house of food, family, finance, speech. So you might just go out, dine, and you might just connect with your family members. You might just take your father, mother out for dinner. So, excuse me. So sorry. I don't know, something has just anyhow. Let me see, I can complete the video or not. So moon is going to be in your second house on the first and the second. So you might just take your family members out for dinner. You will connect with them. You will actually be discussing very productive things during this time. So it's a very good time period to connect with people who can help you in finances. You're discussing how you can grow. Some expenditures, you might just go for shopping and you make some expenditures you might regret also later. So you need to take care what you're just spending on. If it is not required, you should not buy anything which is really not the necessity right now. Avoid. Moon is going to be in your third house on the third and the fourth, and it is going to be in trine to Ketu. So this is not a good time period for connecting with your siblings. Maybe, you know, they are drifting apart. You might just feel a little uneasy because they are, you know, just having some complications in their workplace and at the workplace or in their lives. So you might just try to help them and they might just take you otherwise. You have an agenda, maybe, you know, that kind of a thing can happen. Also, this is going to be giving you giving you some short journeys. You're going to be very creative. You want to be, you want to acquire knowledge. You want to explore the hidden realms. You want to, you want to enhance and upgrade yourself in the third house energies. Third house is the house of intellect also, not to forget, it is going to be giving you inclination towards enhancing your intellect and your exploring the realms that you have not touched upon till now. You need to communicate. Communication is the key, actually. There's a lot of communication, short journeys. And this is also, in your close environment, you're going to be working. You have to be sensitive about what you speak. It might just give you, some kind of complications in relationship because you speak something which can be very hurtful. So you need to be very careful of what you speak and what you convey. Curiosity is higher, but be careful. Do not stick your nose where it doesn't belong. Siblings can bring up feelings, positive, negative, depending on your personal chart. You must maintain journal. Write. Whatever you're going through, you should write. Okay. Then moon is going to be in your fourth house. Mars and Saturn are already there. This is a Sasya Yoga forming, and Mars Lagnesh is also in the fourth house. Very good time period for enhancing your status and buying gadgets, buying property. So real estate. So this is a very positive time. On the 5th and the 6th, you might be signing some contracts, or you might be meeting those kind of people who are going to be helping you out in your paperwork, etc. Also, you're discussing major things, during this period. You're at home, maybe some people, lawyer, etc. You've called over, or a CA you're connecting, and you want to work on your financials as well, on your taxes. Moon is going to be in your 5th house on the 7th and the 8th. And this is the place where you connect with your children, you connect with your partner, your romantic partner, and also your creativity, how you can upgrade your creative energies, how you can entertain yourself, how you can unwind. You need a break. So you're going to be having that kind of connection with those kind of people who are going to be helping you get entertained or get into that zone of unwinding. Maybe you will pursue your game, your artistic, some artistic bent of mind that you have, playing a piano, Casio, or something like that, singing. So all those habits you will be also working on. So you'll be actually unwinding on this day. There's an eclipse that we are heading to on the 8th, and 7th, 8th moon is going to be in your 5th house. So you need to be really cautious about what you speak, how you convey things to others. This might bring about too much of emotions also. And this can bring about ex-partner in your life back as well. So you need to be on high alert as to what, you want from that partner, whether you want this relationship or you want the current relationship. Okay. So this is what is going to happen. Mercury is also turning retrograde and coming backwards to your 5th house. So this might just be the case that, there are people who are criticizing you at the workplace, and you're going to be experiencing some kind of energies, negative energies, because of all of those people around you. But this can bring about some new projects, new job, in your, in your life. You're waiting for some breakthroughs. So this might be the time period. Being the ruler of your 11th house in the 6th is good for healing time, healing purposes. It's a good time period. So you can heal from the wound or the sufferings that you're going through till now. Okay. So coming to the next one, that is Sagittarius. So for Sagittarius natives, moon is going to be in your first, second, and third, and lastly, the fourth houses this week. And we're heading to eclipses, we're heading to Mercury retrograde, and then we're heading to Saturn and Venus's nakshatra ingress also, change. So you must go back and watch all these videos I've already done. Solar eclipse video is coming soon, and Mercury retrograde as well. So now with moon's ingress in the first house on the first and the second, you're very emotional. You're thinking about your own self, how you can be more, better in your perspective, how you can improvise. So all that is how you can learn more, how you can upgrade yourself, how you can look good. So all this will play out when moon is in your first house. And you're very emotional also, when moon is in the first house. You're wavering, you're traveling, you're ever traveling, because in the mind you're traveling when moon is in the first house. So it could be that you're exploring the hidden realms, the realms that you want to, the untouched realms. So you're going to be meeting those kinds of people. This can lead to some, major transformations also in you. So this can be a very rejuvenating kind of an energy to start with. This week is good for you actually to begin with also. Then gradually it might just give you some complications here and there in your head, but I'll tell you how to combat that as well. On the 3rd and the 4th, moon is going to be in your second house. Being the ruler of the 8th is going to be in the second house, means you're going to be eating out. You're going to be meeting those kind of people who are family-like, people who are going to be surrounding you with good things and secured atmosphere. Also, there can be that you're going on shopping and you're going to be spending some money. And your concern is money, actually. Its concern is finances. When moon is in the second house, your mind goes there. Wherever moon is transiting, remember, your mind is going there. You want that, or you are working on that. So definitely you're going to be thinking about finances even more. It could be investments. It could be that you're meeting those kind of people, or you're going to be taking money or hand loan, or you're taking or giving some hand loan on this day. But definitely there is something to do with finances. You're going to be spending on food. You are going to be cooking, maybe, you're going to be cooking for your family. Food, family, finance, speech. So it could be that you are going in for some dental checkup also. Okay. But your mind is going there. Then moon is going to be in your 3rd house. 3rd house is the house of curiosity also. It's about, wisdom. It's about learning new things, traveling. So when you're exploring, you're traveling, you're traveling, you're exploring. So that mental setup is about higher learning, higher studies, all that. Because it's looking at your 7th house. On the 5th and the 6th, Mars and Saturn are seated in your 3rd house, and moon is going to be transiting there for 2 quarter days. So this would be the time period when you will experience some major decision making. You're traveling, you're discussing some projects. New projects are going to be launched, something new which is going to start. Something will end and something will start. It could be new relationship, it could be new projects, it could be new collaborations, it could be investors coming in, start of new business, anything which is going to be afresh, starting afresh. That is where moon will be on the 5th and the 6th. So be bold, be more, that risk-taking ability, you should actually just try and test. Then moon is going to be in your 4th house on the 7th and the 8th. And that's where when moon is going to be also having an eclipse. This is an eclipse zone. So very sensitive points actually. So you need to take care of your mental setup. You can have some complications with your family members or with your mom, or it could be your mom is unwell or traveling, and you need to just take good care. And your relationship, you're going to be buying some property, you're signing some documents, etc. So that can be, there can be some complication here and there over there as well in those areas. So be careful. But this is a good time for starting a new education. If you have any confused state of mind, you should actually seek help from the counselor before going in for the subject you have to select. Also, Mercury is retrograde this week. It's turning retrograde, and it's going to be in Gandanta after by the end of the week. So you really need that. This is a transitional time. So you really need to work on your job assignment, on your relationship. You really need to put effort there. Things were on autopilot mode, but now things are going to be requiring that effort to complete. So you will have to go through that process, that churning now. So plan your investments well, stick to your plan. Don't deviate from your plan, whatever was set from past so many days. If the last minute changes you will make, it is going to go down. So you need to be really, really very well planned during this week. Okay. So Saturn and Venus, of course, I've already done the video. Please go back and watch. Coming to the next sign, that is Capricorn. For Capricorn natives this week, Moon is going to be transiting your 12th, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd houses. 1st and 2nd, it's going to be in the 12th house. Now, 12th house is the last house of yours. So that means it is going to be the end of the whole cycle. Moon starts his cycle from the 1st house and comes to the end by the 12th house transit. So which means that you were with your friends, you were with the people, that's the 11th house. You were with everyone, you were enjoying. But now you're just in that seclusion, isolation, because you want to just contemplate on certain things. It could be a forced one, or it could be that you yourself are going to be spending alone time because you need a break. You need to work on new projects. Something very special is coming through. So you're going to be spending that alone time now because you need to work on the project. So that also happens, isn't it? When we are preparing for a presentation or we're preparing for something big, so we need to be in that isolation, isn't it? Somebody is in the hospital, you're going to look up, or you yourself are a little unwell. That is also isolation. So I will not say imprisonment right now. Maybe, that is a very big thing, hospital, imprisonment, and all those we see from the personal chart. But definitely it is going to put you in that seclusion, the isolation, rejuvenation. You're just contemplating on things that have happened, Now you're going to be learning. These are the learning experiences when Moon is in the 12th house. Now you're going to be improvising. How I can make better things, how I can collaborate overseas, connections, how I can bring in investors. You're thinking on all those things, you're preparing for a meeting. So all these will be the theme, which is to start with. Then Moon moves into your 1st house, 3rd and the 4th. That this is now a start of a new cycle now. When Moon is in the 1st house in Capricorn sign, so you feel that, you really need to do things very practically. Now, I have to be very practical. I have to do this. But Moon is emotional. Your emotions are focused on the things for others at the workplace, how you can, upgrade yourself, how you can uplift your firm that you're working for, organization you're working for. You're spending more time there. You're thinking about, different means of, getting there. So you will get all the support from people around you. You will get connected with them emotionally, practically, that depends. And this is going to be a very good transit to change yourself also. Maybe your own personality, your own persona, your looks, appearance, you go for a hairdo. All that happens when Moon is in the 1st house. Then Moon transits your 2nd house. Saturn and Mars are already waiting there. You're actually having issues in your financials. Financials are depleting because Lagnesh is in the 2nd house. 2nd house, Saturn makes you very calculative, miserly also. Mars depletes the finances. Could be that you're having some issues, speech-related issues, tongue-related issues, mouth-related issues. You're having ulcers. All that also happens when it's blood related issues. No, Mars is blood, so you can have some complications here and there when moon is transiting on the 5th and the 6th, this zone. So you might just go for some eye checkup, dental checkup, ENT specialist you're going to be meeting. That can be a part of it. And you're going to be buying some new gadgets or spending on some major investments you're going to be making, or expenditures you're going to be making on the 5th and the 6th. Maybe it's something which you have not planned, can happen. Then moon goes to your 3rd house, and that is when 7th and the 8th moon is going to be here. And we're heading to an eclipse on the 8th also. Don't forget that, in this zone. So you need to take care of your communication skills. You need to be very careful what you speak. This might just bring about, too much of issues in your, in your shoulders. Maybe you can have pains in your shoulders also. And you need to be bringing about too much of, boldness in you. You have to be very strong in making decisions. Rahu in the 3rd house does well. 3, 6, 10, 11 houses, these planets do well. They are the Chaya grahas after all. So in the 3rd house is ruled by Mercury. Rahu is exalted in a way. Okay, Rahu does really well here. And Ketu does well in the 9th house because it's ruled by Jupiter, as I said. I've done a video on the same. And how do I know, Jasleen, what is your, where your Rahu is? So you need to take care of your speech part. You can have complications in your communication, because Rahu deviates you. So you can be very piercing. It can be hurtful. It can be that you just do certain things which annoy anybody around you, someone. So that is something which you have to be cautious about. And short journeys might be a little cumbersome. So you need to take care, but it is a good time for upgradation. You might just get good job offer, and connections with the seniors is going to be improving. Sun is there, Rahu is there, so you need to take care of your reputation. What you convey to others, it might just backfire. So you need to be careful when moon is also there. And there is a new moon time, that is solar eclipse. So you need to take care of your communication with people around you, selling of property, signing agreements, going in for PR, visa, etc. You need to be really, really planning everything well. Seek the help and advice of the counselor or the experts or astrologer, of course. Okay, Mercury is turning retrograde in your Kendra, being the Bhagesh turning retrograde, that's the luck lord turning retrograde, might bring about some complications in your health. While travel, you can have some theft, or it could be that you're having some distant relationship with your family members. Okay. Education, maybe, can also suffer. Maybe you choose some wrong subjects and, then you regret. But it is definitely forming a good connection. As far as your health is concerned, you might just be worried about your health. You will get that solace and that, I would say, cure that you're looking for also. Okay, so this is what the week looks like. Coming to the next sign, that is Aquarius. So we must study all the grahas actually, not just one. So for Aquarius natives, this week moon is going to be transiting your 11th, 12th, 1st and 2nd houses. 11th house is the house of community. You might just go for a party, friends, connection with your friends, meeting a potential partner also is likely. So that's happening on the 1st and the 2nd. Connecting with people. That's what is the most important part when moon is here. And not connecting with people in isolation when you go is the 12th house. So this might just bring about on the 1st and the 2nd connection with your seniors, bosses, co-workers, desire fulfillment, wish fulfillment. You want to go for a movie, you go watch. You want to go for, a designing or, art form. You want to purchase something. So all that happens when moon is in the 9th house. You want to acquire knowledge. You connect with your guru. You connect with the people you want to learn from. So this is a good time period for that. Also, moon is going to be in your 12th house on the 3rd and the 4th. So this is the time when you're in the isolation, you're in that aloof mood. I don't want to meet anyone. I want to do things. I want to maybe contemplating on things that you have not been able to do the last month, the previous month. Now you're going to be learning from the mistakes and just improvising. So you're going to be constantly thinking about that. Yes, I can do much better. I shouldn't have done that. Mercury is turning retrograde. Remember, this will be there. This theme will be playing out again and again, especially from the 2nd to the 25th. This theme is going to be playing out as far as your financials is concerned, education is concerned, communication is concerned. You might just be having a miss in your documentation. There is something which is very, very important. If you're shifting out from a place to another place, this is not the right time. You might just have to reverse the decision later. So you have to be very careful about your decision making during this time period when moon is also in your 12th house. So you might just spend on things that you really don't need. Collaborations might trigger investors. You are just waiting for investors. You might just connect with them. So all that happens for these 2 quarter days. You're going to be in that isolation. You're spending more time on your projects, etc. But this also is the house of hospitalization. So you might just have some health issues, or you're going to be looking up your relatives in the some relative in the hospital. Moon is going to be in your first house. 5th and the 6th, moon is going to be in your first house where Mars and Saturn are already there. So your indifferent behavior is like, it's a mixed bag, actually. You're very practical, you're very sensible, you're very strong, you're very enthusiastic, and at the same time, you're not getting that vent. You're not able to do or perform well. Your potential, your hidden potential is actually pinned down, or it's actually blemished because of the people around you. You're not able to, because it's a Sastri Yoga also forming because of Saturn. Saturn is looking at your 10th house. So it will give you elevation, but with restrictions at the workplace. If you are in the business, you will be doing well, but what will happen? It will grow, but you not as expected. You're waiting for the investors. You get, suppose you are asking for a $10, but you get 5, but you were expecting at least 9. So what happens? You're actually, your expectations fall or fail. So this is what will happen. It'll be back and forth. You're just doing things and then it's coming back. Again, you start and then again you have to ending and then starting again. It's like, back and forth. That kind of a feel that you're getting. And you feel very isolated. You feel very indifferent with Saturn in the Lagna. You have so much of enthusiasm. You want to do things, but you're not able to. So when moon goes there for these 2 quarter days, these will aggravate. These energies will be felt emotionally a lot. Why this is happening with me? Why me? That kind of a feeling. But remember, there is a past life connection we are paying for, isn't it? So if we are suffering, remember, it's because of our own deeds that we are suffering. So make good things, do good things to others. Don't even think bad things about others. Only then, you will be able to come out of and quit your past life karmas and move further on. See, Sun and Rahu are going to be together. This is a Pitrudosham. So you must donate something or the other related to, sun articles or, jaggery, sugar, etc. You can donate, or yellow clothes. You can also, serve your father, serve the needy. So all these energies will definitely be mellowing down because you're heading to eclipse also. You should donate something, to do with white things, related to your moon, so that, these energies get pacified. You need to take good care of your health because moon is your 6th lord. So I've seen, these people generally have a very weak constitution. They go through too many health issues in life, and then it gets better, then again it goes down. Rahu is looking at this zone also, 6th house. So you're already feeling suffering with the health issues because of this Rahu energy there. So you take care. And Mercury is turning retrograde, so you need to be very careful about your education plan, about your children. If you have to send them overseas, etc., you need to be very careful about the subjects they choose. And of course, they're going away from you, so you definitely are going to be feeling a little uneasy because of that also. Okay, so plan everything well, and I think this is a good week for you till the end of the week. By the end of the week, you will start feeling that there is something more about finances that you need to discuss, or there is a loss in your something is amiss in relationship also. Your partner can have some health issues as well. So to take good care and speak straight Don't hide facts and don't commit anything that you cannot fulfill. Okay, coming to the next sign, that is the last one. Pisces. For Pisces natives, this week moon is going to be in your 10th, 11th, 12th, and 1st houses. In the 10th house, moon is actually losing the Digbala. It happens every month, once at least. So you are very emotional about your work. You get attached to whatever you're doing, actually. You want to be getting, you want that recognition, that support. You're doing for others, they are not reciprocating. So you feel very low, you feel very uneasy, even more. Because, your um, uh, your Cancer sign is in your 5th house. It's the 8 places away from your 10th. So what happens, you will not get that kind of acknowledgement at the workplace, appreciation that you deserve. Many people go through that, but it's not just because of this placement only. There are other factors also, though. But surely when moon is in your 10th house, you go through a lot of mental turmoil, or there's a lot of work to finish, too many jobs in hand. So you will be overwhelmed. Just take it easy. Go step by step, rather than jumping into everything. Start this also, start that project also, start this also. You cannot do it. So go step by step, go one by one. Take it all easy. Okay. And things will start, you will see that things will start falling in place gradually. Okay. Any new project coming in, any new job, if you're waiting for, that can also trigger with moon in your 10th house on the 1st and the 2nd of April. Then moon moves on and moves into your 11th house. That's on the 3rd and the 4th, and it's going to be in trine to Ketu also. So as it is, your partner is getting very spiritually inclined, isolating energies you're experiencing. And with moon also transiting your 11th house, there can be that people are going to be misleading, and there can be a break in relationship because of others. People might just trigger, instigate you. So you need to be on your toes. You need to be alert. No, I don't want to hear all this. I have to make my own decisions. And there can be complications with your seniors and bosses also by this time, and you will clear it all up, rather than thinking and talking to others and thinking that they are going to help me connect with the seniors and bosses, and I must tell them everything. Don't spill your beans. Don't spill the beans. You will lose out. Keep things to yourself. Hold them to yourself. Your ideas will be used by others and you will not get the credit. That kind of a thing. Be more innovative. Be more creative during this time, and do your projects well. Complete them and then start the other ones, as I said. Moon is going to be in your 12th house, and that's happening on the 7th and the 8th. And it's in the Pisces sign. Oh, sorry, it's the 5th and the 6th when moon is in your Aquarius sign. So 12th house energy is as it is, not treating you well, because Mars and Saturn are there in the 12th house. So this is bringing about a lot of changes in your body, in your mind, and depletion of finances. Expenditures are rising. You're maybe traveling a lot. You want that rest. You are having bones sprain and blood related issues, flu, etc. So you're feeling very uneasy already with Saturn Mars conjunction in your 12th house. And but you know what, when moon goes there, it is going to actually calm you down. Take it easy. It's okay. It happens. I need to work on my mental setup. So you will get a little stronger here. Moon and Saturn conjunction is what? Sadesati starts. No, for the babies born during this time. It's a peak Sadesati. So you need to slow down. Whatever you are thinking of doing and whatever you are, going in for, you need to slow down in that. Okay. And this is definitely going to be the time when you need to work on your expenditures, on your travels, on your health. You need to work on these areas. Okay. You can donate blood. You can also, if you have that hemoglobin count is okay, so you can donate blood. You can also, serve the community you are involved in. You can just go and join an NGO, or you can just, if you can, join a community where you can, do some humanitarian causes, you work for towards. So this is going to be the time period you can also work on. And this is going to be a good one also, you definitely will give you that relief also. Serve somebody in the hospital, help them, be kind. Visit a hospital and see if you are allowed So you should visit, you should do further ailing patients, old age homes, orphanages, all these areas you should actually devote more time, because as it is Pisces is a sign of servitude, they are just too much into others, helping others. Then there is an eclipse happening over your head, that is over your first house. So this is going to be moon's ingress in the Pisces sign on the 7th and the 8th. So you need to take care of your mental setup. Don't have ego clashes with your people around you. You might just fall prey to superficial relationships. People will misguide you, mislead you, and there will be misunderstandings that you have to go through. So be careful about all of that. Headaches can be there, confused state of mind with Rahu energy working. But at the same time, there's a saving grace. Venus is in the first house, exalted Venus sitting there very beautifully. So this is a good time period for connections with the female counterparts and taking their help, irrespective of your own gender. It could be a good time period for associations, marital bliss, or anything to do with alliances. So this is what is going to trigger, but your partner is going to be getting isolated and quite indifferent because Ketu is in the 7th house. So might be becoming very spiritually inclined also, maybe reading scriptures all of a sudden. Okay. Good for children. Children are going to be doing well. Overseas clients are going to increase. Overseas journeys are going to be increasing as well. Just be careful about your health. And also fourth and the 7th Lord, that is Mercury, is also turning retrograde. So this might bring about complications in your signing of agreements. Be careful. When you're signing the agreements, reread the paper and everything well. Okay. And in relationship, as I said, don't be analytical. Don't judge anyone. Don't be too demanding. Saturn and Venus are changing the nakshatras. So this is also going to be the time period when you will experience a lot of wisdom. You will acquire a lot of wisdom and knowledge also. So it's good that way. Okay. So I think, yeah, this is what is happening this week for you. So, so anyone experiencing some negative results, the energies are very, very intense right now because of the solar eclipse that we are heading to. So plan everything well, with Mercury also getting combust and retrograde. So you need to be really working on the energies well and very, very careful. Especially, I was just going through the India chart today, India horoscope. So the eclipse is actually, also very, very important this year, and Rahu is over your first house of India's chart, and Jupiter is going to be triggering a lot of energies with Jupiter's ingress in the Taurus sign. So everybody is going to get greedy. We must be careful about our greed. It should be need-based, not greed-based. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. I talked so much. At times I feel I want to give all the information in one go, as if. So thank you so much for watching and being here, and stay blessed, everyone. Have a great, great week ahead. That's it.